Hello guys, and welcome to a new Steel Division video today by me, Vulcan. Today I have for you a 3 versus 3 on Omaha, and in this one I'm going to be playing with Haymaker and Elite Hamster on my team. We are going to be using the 17th SS Panzer Grenadier, 21st Panzer and 12th SS Panzer, and we're playing against Sidsikson, Barman CZ and the Monster, who are going to be using the 15th Infantry Scots, 2nd Infantry and 6th Airborne. So in this one, it was a very long game. It was quite contested throughout. It wasn't as cut and dry as it possibly could have been, and there's a lot of stuff to talk about throughout this one. Where the action may not be occurring, but there's always talk about opportunities and strategies that could have been used throughout the game. So that's why I really wanted to bring you guys this replay. So I'm just going to jump into my perspective. I'm playing the 21st Panzer, so I'm going to be starting with the triple AT gun with the U304s here, and they are going to be taking up positions on the right side just to prevent armour pushes. I'm hoping that I'm not up against the 15th Infantry Scots, but if I am, then I'm just going to have to play around it. Because the trouble with the 21st Panzer is they do kind of struggle in Phase A if they are against the 1,200 metre fire support weapons of, for example, a 15th Infantry Scots or a Guards Armoured or so on, because they don't have anything that can deal with it. They can gain access to a Pack 43, which is the 22 AP Power AT gun at the start of the game in Phase A. You can bring one of those in. However, the rest of their units, including the 222s I'm putting down and the Panzer 35s, they're just not good enough to really deal with the Churchills that the 15th Infantry Scots can throw at you. You have a little bit of a better time against the Guards Armoured because they rely on Cromwells as opposed to Churchills. But yeah, the Churchills specifically, because they have higher armour, are a bit more harder to deal with the 21st Panzer. So anyway, going to be bringing in the 222s with the recon. This isn't just for the recon though. This is also because in this division you do get the 2-star 222s available, which is awesome, and with a command unit nearby they become 3-star. Very, very efficient machines. With those 20mm autocannons can rip to shred multiple things. But yeah, these are AT guns leading the charge, 222s following up, got some Panzer Grenadiers and a U304 there and a couple of Command 223s. I'm also going to be bringing in another unit of Panzer Grenadiers after the start of the game. I had a few points left over, I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to spend it on, but after having a look at my composition, decided on another unit of Panzer Grenadiers, so they're going to be coming in following up. Elite Hamster's going to be pushing up the mid with his 17th SS Panzer Grenadier, and over on the left side we're going to be seeing the Haymaker with his 12th SS Panzer, push up with the Boyd Cromwell, and pretty standard start. AT gun, infantry, command infantry, recon. Same thing on the left side, some recon, AT gun and a 259 as well. So just fast moving as far as I can, and I'm going to try and get my recon into decent position so I can watch the front line for the majority of the game. And you'll notice that my recon was relatively good in this game in order to keep eyes on what was coming my way. I just didn't have much to deal with stuff from the start of the game. We're already seeing a Mosquito Pathfinder come in. That's going to drop napalm on top of Haymaker's Pack 38. Could have been a lot worse if that had come in sooner and hit him while he was on the road. Then he would have been in a worse spot. But going to avoid that Mosquito, and it's probably not going to kill anything, so that worked out quite nicely. The Pack 75mm is going to be the one to get the kill onto the half track, maybe. Oh, it's shooting the half track on the left, actually. By the way, I'm just setting up my defense, getting my recon into position. You can see my 3 Aufklärer squads spread out nicely, dropping off the AT guns into similar positions so that they can see what they're firing at. And I find out I'm playing against the 15th Infantry. So I hover over the 6-pounder, I can see that Sidsikson is controlling it, so most likely going to be seeing some Churchill 5s before I know it, which is not ideal, but either way, still going to try and get my Pack 38s as far up as I can so that I can try and ambush those Churchills, but they do have 9 armour, so a Pack 38's not the best. So because I know I'm up against Sid now, I can't really push across the open here. Churchill 5s are just horrible to deal with. So I'm just going to leave some Panzer here, Pak 38, going to leave it with a command truck. And I'm just going to get all of my half-tracks and my 222s to move over to the far left side. And what I'm going to do is roll them through this orchard so they're out of line of sight of this AT gun. And then drive them as close as I can to this tree line, and then try and drive through the middle of these trees all at once and push through and put too much pressure onto that 6-pounder to deal with. That is a 2-star 6-pounder, so I do of course have to be worried that it will be very accurate, but hopefully with 3-star 20 mils on target I should be able to destroy it relatively quickly. So Pak 38 is spotted here, and I see that, and I do start moving back with Pak 38, but I'm just too late to stop it taking 3 damage from the Churchill 5 there. So I'm already starting to play around what I'm against, and I think the 50-50 is generally okay at the moment. Most of our territory lead just at the start there came from Haymaker with Pak 38 on this left side. 259 there, along with the Pak 38 are trying to take care of this Tetrux CS. The 259 should be able to penetrate the Tetrux CS if it has a long enough time on target. The Panzergrenz here managing to get shots onto the Pak 75mm, and with 2 MG42s available, well, the Pak isn't going to last too long, especially once the half-track gets on target as well. So Haymaker doing a great job on that left side. My U304s have found the recce squad that was spotted by my Aufklärer, and I'm going to be pinning those guys down with my U304's machine guns, but not going to be quite killing them off just yet. Pinning them down for now. Really want to get rid of these guys, because without recon the Churchill 5s are not as effective. So moving over a U304, that's actually going to get spotted by a Stuart here, and takes a shot briefly. Moving up the Panzer Grenadiers, if I can get them through the tree line I might be able to spray that 6-pounder to death before it can retreat. Again, 2 MG42s on target. Does a lot of damage to AT guns, even with a Honey Stuart providing its main gunfire. They're going to be purposefully targeting that as much as I can to try and pin it down. One of my U304s goes down to the 6-pounder on the right side. I'm bringing up some 20mm AA. And this 20mm AA, it was more sort of a safety net than anything else. I didn't want my push to be like severely damaged by strafing Spitfires, so having like the consistent fire of a 20mm AA would be enough to sort of stop that from happening. So I was bringing up the Flak 38s to make sure that didn't happen. U304 tries to fast move down the road, gets fallen back by the AT gun of the Churchill 5. But here you can see the 222s moving up into position to push on round. 222s with 3-star veterancy can kill a Honey Stuart, so at that range I should say, not really because they have the veterancy. Veterancy just allows them to be super accurate. Moving up my Aufklärer as well as much as I can. Pak 38 is going to be withdrawn from there. I'm trying to bring up a Vielfachwerfer as well, so that I can pin down the 6-pounder before I go round. And if I manage to do that, then I'll be in a great spot. Here the U304. That went round the corner just a little bit too soon there. Did do 1 damage to the 6-pounder, which was nice, but yeah, hopefully, well, what I should have done is waited with that and pushed around at the same time as my 222, so it drew the fire of the 6-pounder and the Honey. But yeah, that was a bit of a mistake there, because having 1 less half-track is actually quite a big deal. I've got 2 more coming up, these 2 U304s. As you can see, they move incredibly slowly. Having that one in position was really nice, and wasting that was a big mistake. And what I'm doing here, I'm slowly moving forwards the Vielfachwerfer with all of these rockets to get a barrage onto the 6-pounder. Trouble is with the Vielfachwerfer, it's only got 1,000 meter range. So if I get into range of the 6-pounder, the 6-pounder has a good chance of killing it off. But here in the orchard, I feel like I'm safe. You know, the line of sight isn't quite there. You know, you can see it's slowly going up, but by the time I want to fire the Vielfachwerfer, I thought it would be okay. But what's going to happen here? My U-304s, they move over to the right slightly. They were trying to stay in the cover here. Actually meant they got killed by the 6-pounder as it moved to the right side. This VulcanHDGaming is in position, waiting for the Panzer 35S to get into position. And I don't see my VulcanHDGaming move forward slightly like it did. And that actually put it in range of the 6-pounder. And, well, starts to fire, but gets pinned down pretty quickly. The rockets become very inaccurate, and then the 6-pounder actually destroys my VulcanHDGaming, which wasn't nice. And now there's a Churchill 5 I've got to deal with as well, and as much 222 fire as I have, not really going to be enough to kill a Churchill 5, but definitely bounce multiple shots off its front armour. Might be able to panic it and make it fall back before a charge on round. But then another 6-pounder arrives. That spoils the fun, and well, yeah, starts to target my 222s, and rightly so. And although he's not got on target just yet, we're going to see a command infantry sneak up on my left side, kill one of the 222s with a Piat, kill off that 6-pounder. But yeah, the Panzer 35, that's going to get hit by the Piat squad as well. And just as usual, whenever somebody else uses Piats, they are deadly accurate, but when you use Piats, they are definitely not. In this case, Rifle Leader's going to be pushing forwards, getting another kill onto my half-track there. But now, being in line of sight my 222s, I'm going to be able to rip them to shreds. So I do kill off the Rifle Leader, get revenge for the multiple units I lost, but that is pushover. I can't really do that again. And I lost all the units that would have made that work. So I'm in a pretty bad spot now. Losing those units wasn't ideal. I probably should have had a Panzer Grenadier unit with me to push into this tree line, but the trouble with the 21st Panzer is you have a severe lack of infantry availability at the start of the game. So although I basically solely rely on command vehicles in this division, just so that I can get more Panzer Grenadier availability in Phase A, there is only so many that you can bring in. And I've just brought in a squad to the right side there. I'm going to be bringing this one to the left side now. But yeah, this Panzer Grenadier on the right side, that was brought in earlier. And we have just moved into Phase B, so I'm going to have a little bit of a better time now, because in Phase A, 21st Panzer is not ideal. You can make these sort of nice pushes with the 20 mils, but if they get countered effectively, like Sidsiksen did, then yeah, you're going to have a bad time. So Sidsiksen playing really well on this right side to stop that push from happening. I was in a pretty nice position before that came about. Bringing up another VulcanHDGaming though, hoping that this can dislodge some of these 6-pounders on the right side. Just going to make sure that I have it out of line of sight of the 6-pounders from now on. Otherwise, I'm just going to lose another VulcanHDGaming. Very odd-looking unit, these. But it can be extremely effective once on target. Also got a Pack 43 on the way, as you can see. And I've also got a Lorraine coming up. Not often you guys will see me use a Lorraine, but 27 HG power. Pretty decent for dislodging these 6-pounders. And allowing me to push up with my own AT guns and tanks later on to deal with these Churchill 5s. Now, the Churchill 5s are still a problem, and as you can see, they're going to be finding this Pack 38 now, and I'm going to be forced to retreat with that one. Panzer Grenadiers move into this tree line just to see what they can see, and I bump into a couple of Bren carriers there. So I'm going to be forced to move the Panzer Grens back. I'm just going to try and get them into this tree line, but they're going to be spotted by the Churchill 5, and the Churchill 5 will open up onto that infantry. Meanwhile, in the middle, Elite Hamsters bringing out the Nebelwerfer, and he's going to be enjoying taking on the rifles with some Panzer Grenadiers there. 222 coming over from Haymaker to help deal with the Ranger supports, and Haymaker's doing a really good job on the left side. He's broke well beyond the 50-50 mark here. I've actually pushed slightly back, I believe, on this right side, especially with the opponents sort of taking up finish off in this right side field. It kind of gives them a little bit of territory there. Vilfakbertha firing away onto the 6-pounder, just waiting for another rocket to hit, and there we have it. Vilfakbertha gets the kill. Lorraine's going to move on forwards, and I'm going to give that a fire position onto this 6-pounder on the right side. Panzer Grenadiers here finally get killed off by the Churchill 5. Should have had them falling back, but I just was paying attention elsewhere with the artillery whilst that Churchill 5 was firing. Got this Pak 43 waiting to be told where to go, and that Pak 43 is to deal with the Churchill that was at the top of this field near the road. So here comes the Lorraine. Just in case it misses, I bring in the MU-109 to get some rockets on target. I did hit one shot already, that's why the AT gun was on only 1 health. It did 4 damage already. The MU-109 just came in to make sure that I got that kill, because there's nothing more annoying than using or having a AT gun with 1 health kill one of your tanks just because you didn't kill it properly earlier on. Pak 38 gets taken out on the right side by the Churchill 5, and on this left side, well, Panzer Grenadiers are burning to death in the fire. But I'm focusing on not only microing the 222 but also the Lorraine here, so I don't really see these guys burning to death. Tripolston does go down to the Lorraine. The beautiful thing about the Lorraine is it does have a serious amount of firepower, so I am able to take out those fire support units very quickly. Now we're going to be firing at the rifles here, and this Lorraine was pretty much one of the only things that kept me in this game at the start, because the Churchill 5s are really good, and I could have possibly tried to sneak up the Pak 38, but I know there's another Churchill hanging around on this road. My Panzergrens do end up burning to death there, bringing up another Panzergrens though, and these Su-2s are rolling in to help deal with some of the rifles that we're up against. But we're on our way to Phase C, and I'm feeling that when I'm in Phase C I'll really be able to make the 21st Panzer come alive, because I do have the King Tigers on my division. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for here. Lorraine's just going to be firing away in the meantime. Here's the Churchill I was talking about, still firing away, causing me issues. So I'm going to be wheeling over the Pak 43 to try and get the kill there. 22 AP power, more than enough to kill off the Churchill. Just going to hope it hits its target. Black 38 getting taken over by the Churchill on the right side. So yeah, still a lot going on all over the place. Sitzington really providing a lot of resistance, a lot of trouble to me. My Lorraine's going to be firing at one Churchill 5. Vilfakbertha is going to be shooting at the other. Just going to try and force them back as much as I can. Right, basically what I'm trying to do is delay as long as I can to be able to bring in the King Tiger in Phase C and make things happen. Now, Pak 43 does manage to make the Churchill 5 fall back, but doesn't manage to get in line of sight again to kill it off. And Typhoon AT does come in to take out my 222, which was nice. The monster using the Typhoon AT appropriately there to get rid of that decent fire support. The Panzergrens and another 222 are left, and going to take out that rifle squad. Another plane coming in. Spitfire Mark 9 with the 2 10 HE power bombs. I'm going to be bombing out my Panzer Grenadiers there. Now we're going to be seeing my Panzergrens on the right side of the Pak 43 being pinned down by a command Churchill. Pak 43 finally finishes off the first of the Churchill 5s there, which is great. And on the right side, Pak 43 is also engaging another Churchill 5, which has moved up quite far. Elite Hamster comes in with his Focke-Wulf 190, takes out a Spitfire with the help of my Flak 38, which was nice. But as I lose line of sight of the Churchill 5, it has a chance to pin down my Pak 43, and now I'm in a bad spot again, which wasn't ideal. I'm bringing up my ME-109 to engage his Spitfire. With the AA assistance, I should be able to kill off the Spitfire quite nicely. I've also got Elite Hamster's Focke-Wulf 190 still in the sky, so I'm hoping that I can count on his assistance should a dogfight break out. But Lorraine's still firing away. You can see I use it here to force the Churchill 5 to fall back, which allows me to keep the Pak 43 still alive. And what I'm going to do is move over this 223 to give the veterancy to the Pak 43 so it has a better chance of hitting next time round. Panzer Grenadiers here, finally going to run away. Moving up the Pak 43 as far as I can, but got to be a bit careful. Don't want there to be any infantry in this tree line, otherwise I could lose a Pak 43 for free. But 53% territory lead currently, mainly due to Haymaker. Haymaker was doing a fantastic job against the monster on this left side. His Boiter Firefly now engaging the Honey and the Cromwell 6 over there. So Sidsikson, he sent over a Honey Stewart to help out, but with Haymaker having that Boiter Firefly on the field, the Honey Stewart's not going to do too much to stop that. Fiat squad being spotted by the spear troop will be dealt with quite nicely. Alcla on the right side were taken out as I moved them up to provide recon, and because they're dead, well, I'm not confident in moving up my Pak 43, so I'm going to begin to move them back. Pak 43 here, going to be hit by the Churchill 5. And Sidsikson doing a great job with the fire position there. Basically what he did was fire position just short of the Pak 43, so the Pak 43 didn't fire back. Obviously has a recon in this tree line to be able to see that, and took good advantage of it. Just trying to fall it back as quickly as I can, honestly, to stop the Churchill 5 killing it off. And now what I'm also doing is bringing up some AA, because the last thing I need is AA also to be hitting, or aircraft also to be hitting my anti-tank that I'm trying to use to clean up these Churchills. Here goes the Lorraine and the Vielfachwerfer trying to take care of the rifles here. I move forwards to Flak 38 to try and pin down these rifles, and that does the job quite nicely. But the Lorraine also coming in there with the 27 HG power is going to hit those rifles very hard. Those rifles are going to be forced to fall back, and over on this left side Haymaker did such a good job that the monster surrendered. That's the 6th Airborne player down, AI taking over. Mosquito Pathfinder coming in to bomb out the 222s. Might be able to kill off one of them. But yeah, the Pak 43 here, that's going to be helping out take down these rifles whilst they're engaging the Panzergrens, but the Panzergren's going to get hit hard by the Churchill 5. Bringing up another Pak 43, because as we can see, Spitfire Mark 9 coming in to bomb the Pak 43. This is what I was scared of. Just quick enough with the AI to stop that from bombing my Pak 43, and we're seeing my ME-109 coming in to actually shoot it down, which was wonderful. Don't manage to get the ME-109 G2 onto the back of the Spitfire Mark 9 fighter. I'm just going to be retreating that ME-109 from that engagement. Don't want to be engaging the second Spitfire either. Panzergren's going to be going down here, and this Pak 38, I wanted to let it fire, but with 10 AP versus a 9 armor Churchill, all that's going to end up happening here is my Pak 38's going to get killed, and that's pretty much max range. So there's no AP bonus there, it would just reveal itself and get killed. So I'm leaving that Pak 38 on return fire on purpose. Lorraine, however, that's able to keep slamming these rifles, and we also find the Recce as they're forced to move. Alfkala spotting those. Pak 43 being brought up, does manage to get the shot onto the Churchill 7. Churchill 5 is going to take a shot from Pak 43, and finally Churchill 5 is down. So now my Pak 43s can pretty much do what they want, so I allow the other Pak 43 to open up onto the rifles there. Sidsikson's going to be using his mortars to smoke off the Churchill 7 and allow that to retreat. But look what I have. We're now in phase C, and of course I brought up the King Tiger. Now the King Tiger with the 21st Panzer camouflage just looks so damn badass. But it's on its way. It's going to be 3-star veterancy with the help of the 223 there. I've also got a 232 on the field, which I was planning to use alongside the Königstiger as well. So this is where the fun really begins with the 21st Panzer. Over on the left side, Haymaker's being spammed by the AI now, so he's just trying to hold off best he can. Going to be using the Panzerwerfer to hold back a lot of the infantry there, and if you can get that on target, a lot of these units are going to die. So he's got that lined up for him. But in the meantime, just got to get this Lorraine on target to try and take out these Recce. Getting rid of the recon is ideal because it makes the Churchills so much less effective. Now in order to allow this Königstiger to continue moving up, I am going to be bringing in some Panzer Grenadiers to cover it off. And that will allow me to sort of occupy these tree lines without being harassed too much by AA. Or AT, more like. AA is coming in on the right side with a Mosquito Pathfinder. That's actually going to bomb out my Pack 43. Rather unfortunate. Elite Hamsters on the back of the Mosquito Pathfinder though with the Focke-Wulf 190, and if we can shoot that down then we do sort of win that engagement, which is nice. ME 109 going to be turning that into the Spitfires there. And what I want to do is try and get this ME 109 to sort of duel with the Spitfires enough that I can bring them over my own AA. So that's what I'm trying to do here, just keep flying into them so they don't have as much time on target. That allows my half-tracks here, the AA half-tracks, to pin those guys down, and then possibly I can come in with another fighter and try and shoot down the Spitfire Mark 9. So Sitzixen not being successful in shooting down my ME 109, managed to micro that nicely enough, but going to be using this Spitfire as the AA comes into effect. ME 109 G2 getting on target. Goodbye to that one. So one Spitfire down, didn't lose any aircraft, worked out quite nicely in the end. But with the smoke coming down from the mortar onto my Königstiger, I'm going to retreat the Königstiger because I don't want to get caught out by any AT. And in the meantime, just going to be bringing up these Panzer Grenadier squads to basically walk forwards in front of my Königstiger and give the Königstiger targets. Also going to be using the recon, of course. I do have the Aufklärer here and the Spear Troop on the far left side still. I've also got the 233 that's sort of sitting all the way back here. And the reason it's so far back is so that I can engage AT guns from max range should they reveal themselves in this tree line. So there we go, rifles opening up onto the Panzer Grenadiers, gives target to my Königstiger, and that's a dead rifle squad. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Black 38 is going to be taken out by some artillery on the left side. Typhoon AT coming in there, taking out a Stug 4 in the mid. And Haymaker, currently his infantry is being hammered pretty hard by the AI, but he does have a Befehl Panther on the field, so not going to be pushed back too far, and currently is still providing us with the 4% territory lead that is giving us our points. So 13 minutes left in the game. Königstiger rolling up with the 3-star veterancy. I have the 232 following it up. Artillery is going to be coming down onto my Panzer Grenadiers, however. Going to be stopping and getting the shot onto the Churchill 5 there. And I'm also bringing up some extra recon just to cover my right flank. Also got a Flak 88 coming up to help me with anti-air. Not going to be using it as direct fire support. Literally just being brought up to help stop any Typhoons and Spitfires from engaging my own aircraft. Lorraine's still firing away, having it try to engage the mortar carrier on that right side, because the smoke can be quite detrimental to a Königstiger. If you can't see what's coming and you accidentally drive into an AT ambush, you can be put in quite a bad spot. Wow, fella, they're going to be running ahead, seeing what they can see for me. Typhoon AT is going to come in and try and go for the shot on my Königstiger, but Elite Hamster is on the case with his Focke-Wulf 190. I also had my own ME-109 G0s in the sky. Going to be going for the engagement onto multiple Spitfires there, but I'm not getting too close to the opposing spawn there, or else I'll just lose my planes too. So I'm trying to go for an engagement here. One of our teammates did just leave in the middle after losing that Focke-Wulf 190, but I'm going to be coming in with my ME-109 G0. I was briefly engaging the Spitfire Mark 9 there, but with the Flak 88 and my AA available, I'm going to be trying to bait the engagement over the AA, but Zizixon's not bad enough to fall for that. He's going to be coming on round for another engagement with my ME-109 G0. These rockets land on 2 Bedford trucks on the right side from the ME-109 G2. So that was quite nice. And well, with my ME-109s falling back in a rather odd direction, one of them does go down. The G2 with the rockets is going to survive for now. Yeah, that rocket strike onto those 2 Bedford trucks was absolutely awesome. Really, really good hit there. Killed off 2 squads that I won't have to deal with. Now, in order to support my Königstiger effectively, I've got a 222 pushing forwards. I've also got the 232. I've got 2 Panzer 4Gs, which are the 2-star veteran Panzer 4s. They don't have much armour. They're literally there as elite Panzer 4s. Typhoon AT could easily destroy a Panzer 4, instead decides to go for the attack onto the Königstiger and kills off the 232 in the process. AA is very, very efficient, but I'm going to have to move that up soon, and I do realise that eventually. Rifle squad taken out in that tree line quite nicely. You see I am moving forwards to Vielfachwerfer. My Lorraine's currently gone back to get some resupply. So all I really need is just some more spear troop here now to give me some recon. Moving across my Panzer 4G, and that's going to get hit by an AT gun there. So now I have a target for my Lorraine and the Vielfachwerfer. That's a 17 pounder. Do not want my Königstiger getting too close to that. They're getting the speed troop up. Gonna have them try and spot it. And I've still got these squads of Panzer Grenadiers pushing up as well. It's just a big combined push here with the Königstiger in the middle. The Vielfachwerfer going to be firing away. Going to be firing over onto this right side to get rid of the enemy. Like mortar carrier there. Do see a Churchill 6 go down to the Flak 88. And the 222 actually side shots a Honey Stewart as it tries to move across the open there. So ME-109 G2 comes in with the rockets onto the 17 pounder. Going to be moving up the Panzer Grenadiers into that tree line as well with the speed troop, and that's going to make me confident enough to start moving up the Königstiger. The Panzer Gren's taking out that half track for me. Typhoon AT coming in again with the shot onto the Königstiger. The Königstiger just sort of sucking that up, not too much of a problem. My ME-109 G2 is going to take out the 2-inch carrier, which was the mortar that was being annoying, so that was a nice strike from the ME-109. And now what I'm doing is just waiting for the Königstiger to get in line of sight of the Churchill 6. Now my airstrike onto the 17 pounder wasn't very effective, as you can see, still on 6 health. But the Panzer Grenadiers have a decent chance of taking out the 6 pounder. Unless, of course, they get hit by the bombs from the Spitfire. Spitfire is going to hit those Panzer Grenadiers pretty hard, take them down to 2 health. On the right side, Panzer Grenadiers advance into the tree line here. Panzer Grenadiers take out a recce squad, 233, and the Pak 43 are engaging the rifle leader. But yeah, the Königstiger here nearly in position to take out the Churchill. Churchill is going to get first shot, but with the first armour facing, or front armour facing, doesn't really have much of a chance of penetrating a Königstiger, and the Königstiger, 1 shot, 1 kill onto the Churchill 7. 17 pound is also being dealt with here. Königstiger that I've brought up in the mid is going to be engaging that, and that is supported by a 232, which is giving it the extra veterancy. So 17 pounder is down, and the 222 was moving ahead to help out as well. This Panzer Grenadier is moving over to the left to make sure that side is clear. Spear troop can pretty much see if there's anything ahead of us though. I'm slowly breaking through on my right side now with the help of those Königstigers. Keeping them well supported is very important. As you can see, spotting these rifles, going to allow my fire support to open up. We're going to rip those guys to shreds. And if that was like a Piat squad, for example, it'd be good to get rid of them. Focke-Wulf 190 coming over to the right side. That's going to go for the bombing strike onto the 17 pounder here. Unfortunately, doesn't do as much damage as it could have done. And rockets come in as well to kill off the 17 pounder. What's going to end up happening is, well, all the Spitfires managed to get on target onto, first of all, my Focke-Wulf and then my Me-109, and I'm going to lose both of those planes before they're forced to fall back. So I've started to move up my AA now. These guys are on attack move orders to move forwards and assist the Königstiger as it continues to move up, because I really want to stop those Typhoon ATs from persistently attacking it. So Vielfachwerfer firing away. Going to be stopping that after a few rockets and allowing my Panzer Grenadiers to see what's actually there before continuing. Königstiger's going for the shot onto the Bedford truck, but they just unloaded in time. Typhoon AT just gets forced to fall back after it fires a small amount of its rockets, so the full penetration doesn't come down there, or the full sort of morale damage. And my Königstiger just continues rolling forwards, of course. So my Speer troop are in a pretty decent position here. They can see the majority of the tree lines. I'm feeling safe to like attack, move forwards my Panzer 4G and the Königstiger. This Königstiger on the main road here is also good to sort of fire to the left as we spot more rifles in our way. Lorraine's also firing at targets that I find throughout. But with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock and us being at 1,900 points, we are moving on to victory very shortly, and with me breaking through on this right side, things are looking a lot better than they were for the majority of the game. Sidsiksen putting up a really good fight. But now it's just a matter of closing things out. Speed troop are moving over to the right side with the Panzer Grenadiers to find out what's causing this little bubble on the right side. The Me-109G0 managed to get onto the back of a P-47 Thunderbolt. You are going to see that go down. I move it over to take on the second P-47 Thunderbolt, but there's a lot of AA on that left side, and with the Spitfires coming in, didn't stand a chance. Did trade the Thunderbolt for an Me-109G0 though, which is more than worth it in most cases. The Spitfire Mark 9 coming over with its bombs, not going to be able to bomb out my Flak 88 because of these half tracks. Moving back my Spear troop here. And I'm also starting to move forwards my Pak 43 slightly. Typhoon AT coming in again. Gets off a few of its rockets. Typhoon AT on the left side gets off all of its rockets. Fortunately, the 232 doesn't get killed. Is forced to fall back. Another Typhoon AT coming in. again, 3 rockets fired before it gets forced to fall back. Full payload was not delivered, which was nice. Luftwaffe firing away. This SPW-222 is rushing up the road here. And if I jump to the neutral perspective, it's to take care of these priests that have been harassing me for the majority of the game. So just pushing as hard and fast as I can there. And I'm using the Luftwaffe to hit these command carrier and the MMG carrier on the right side. So here comes the 222 breaking through. I really want to kill off these priests, because they were quite annoying and have, as you can see, used the majority of their ammunition already. But with us being so close to their air spawn, Bitfires come in and actually destroy it using their 20mm cannons. Mosquito Pathfinder is forced to fall back before it manages to drop its payload. So that worked out quite well. And the use of AA in this match was really good, actually. Really worked out well. These SDKFZ-72s with the 37mm auto cannons, like these Flak 36s, was doing a great job throughout the game. Königsteiger's rolling over to the left side to take on the Crocodile. And my Königsteiger here is moving up. And he's going to be ambushed by a 17-pounder. Didn't really have the spear troop in line of sight to spot that sooner, which was unfortunate. And that was a side shot onto the Königsteiger as well, since Königsteiger was moving to the right, as you can see. Lined up perfectly, the shot there. So 17-pounder going to be doing the job, and that's the last major blow that Sidsixen's going to do to me. Königsteiger's going to be engaging this 17-pounder. My Flak 88 continuing the engagement onto the Crocodile and the 17-pounder as well. Also hitting the planes in the air as they come over. But the ME-109 G2 coming in though with the rockets, going to take out the 17-pounder on the left, and that's going to allow the Königsteiger to come forwards and hit the Crocodile. £17 are going to be getting the kill onto the SDKFZ-72 there. 3 seconds left on the clock. Königsteiger misses the shot onto the Crocodile, and that is game. So, after 40 minutes, the whole 40 minutes, my team wins by conquest victory. It was like a +1 for the majority of the game, but very well fought by my opponents. Sidsixen, 3,801 kills to 2,805 losses. He was also making up for the fact that one of his teammates left. One of our teammates left, actually, as well, in the mid, Elite Hamster there. Not sure if he dropped or if he just straight up gave up. But either way, it was a very, very sort of slow slog, I guess. But definitely showed off the uses of AA to stop the airstrikes coming in onto my Königsteigers, and also just like how you can remain patient and eventually push through in Phase C, especially as the Germans. I think the 21st Panzer is probably the most atypical German division in the way it ramps up, because you have like the firepower of the Königsteigers in Phase C, and you are like almost solely reliant on those because of the way that the 21st Panzer works. But in Phase A, you have like just enough to hold on. And that's the way you just got to play it. And playing against those Churchill 5s from the 15th Infantry Scots is really hard. Especially if they know how to use them effectively, like using the fire position to hit your AT guns just short, especially those Pak 43s that I was trying to use in Phase B. And that can be quite annoying. But we got there in the end. And we managed to make it into a victory. Haymaker doing a great job on that left side, pushing up very aggressively early on and making it work. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.